our old friend Mike Pillow, who we all thought for a long time was a sad, gullible sap who, due to his previous addictions, had probably knocked a screw loose somewhere in downtown Minneapolis and never got it right again, and that he was just kind of a likable sucker and not a evil prick. Turns out, no, it's pretty much just a jerk, just a jerk.
Okay, a guy that cancel culture is looking to cancel Mike Lindell, but he's the armor piercing.
Uh, oh my God! Enough military bullshit right out of the gate. And secondly, all right.
Okay, a guy that cancel culture is looking to cancel Mike Lindell, but he's the armor piercing shell. Just finished 96 hours over Thanksgiving.
No, he didn't. He did like 3 hours a day, and they played a lot of reruns, fucko. And secondly, cancel culture. Can you is no longer giving a fuck about someone technically cancel culture? Has it sunk so low? Are the standards so weak?
To lay out his case of why the 2020 election should be decertified. Mike, I want to go back. We're going to play more Kurt Olson tomorrow. There are nuggets in there. He's got 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Where he walks through everything. Talk to us about where do you...
Yeah. There's a lot of nuggets.
AGs. That's what people want to know. And what were the highlights to you over the weekend?
Okay.
Yeah, tell us the names of the AGs that have signed on. That'll be a short segment. And then jump straight to what you thought were the highlights. Mainly the parts where you weren't on the air.
AGs, I've just, now I'm going to reach back out because that a lot of them asked remember to have till after Thanksgiving because they were working very hard on that that complaint they had to have in on November 23rd with the kids they have to take shots. We've got, I know there was over 10,000 emails sent out. I think the highest one, I believe, was Texas, was like 12,000. Over 200,000 emails. I want to thank everyone out there for doing that. And you can keep on that.
Yeah.
You go to Frank's Speech, click on the Supreme Court case. The case is right there. You can print it out, read it.
Yeah, that wasn't a bunch of bots fucking with your system at all.
And send an email to your AG in your state. One of the takeaways, Steve, we have the Cause of America now, where I've become the hub. It's a group I have where we reach out. It's like a network coalition of every single grassroots state that's out there that wants to be on board, that's doing great things. So you might have a state down in, let's say, doing something in Nevada, and they don't know about a good thing going on up in Pennsylvania. So we're kind of like...
Oh, believe me, I'm down in Nevada, and I know about a good thing going on in Pennsylvania. Sorry. Memories like the corners of my mind. Thank you, Helium.
Voice of everybody. We're going to be like the voice of everybody, and best practices. We say, hey, what do you need down there? Do you need a canvassing crew? Do you need a cyber forensic people? Do you need lawyers? Do
you need anything at all?
Drop your shorts and bend over, Mr. Babar.
So that was a great thing that came out, that we introduced the Cause of America. I had all my people I've hired down there, and then the other thing was the way forward, the pathway forward with no machines. We have the replacement. It's this amazing process, and that's on Frank's Speech too. You can see we had Colonel Phil Waldron on there, and another cyber forensic guy, and actually another ex-colonel.
Here's a good idea. The fuck are you talking about? You're gonna replace? Wait, we're gonna replace the machines with this whole thing. Like what? Like generally, carrier pigeon? What in the world?
And so we had to trust that walked us through. It's been looked at this. The way to do this, and Steve, I was blown away during that. I'm sitting there going, why wouldn't we do this? Why haven't we been doing this? And
why haven't we been doing this thing that I can't even describe in my rambling about it? Why don't we do the thing with the, what is awesome? where you put it's hard to, like, it's such a simple solution, and yet there are no words that can actually, how does he even, if you got you put the thing in and then the second one goes in there and dear God, it's eating me. All right.
This way, but they said the more complexity you make things, the easier it is to steal or cheat. And that was an amazing. Then I went through, and this is really important.
Yes. So what? So wait a minute. No. What the fuck simple solution are you talking about that you can't even articulate the simplicity of? If it's too complicated, people. I mean, you grasp. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know, you of course know what I'm saying. Where it's a system that's, I don't even know why we haven't been doing this all along. Doing what? I don't know. I can't even describe it. But
one of my highlights was yesterday. And if you look on there, it's labeled, it says, speak up now. It's labeled on Frank's speech, speak up now, or we will lose it all. It talks about where.
I'm sorry. Speak up now, and we will lose it all?
Highlights was yesterday. And if you look on there, it's labeled, it says, speak up now. It's labeled on Frank's speech, speak up now, or we will lose it all. It talks about.
Oh, okay, that's great. It sounds like a great plan. Speak up now, and we will lose it all. All right, let me see. Frank's speech. Speak up. I'm trying to remember this. Speak up now, and we will lose it all. Let's see. I'm going to try to find that. Here we go. Oh, look, they're selling pillows. Oh, here it is. Oh, I see. Well, that can't be it. That's something else. That says speak up. Michael Lindell Warren, speak up now, or we will lose it all. That's not, the solution to replace the voting. Oh, this is the solution. What could possibly be simpler? And it's so simple.
Hey, one of the moments we've all been waiting for. This is where we're going to show you not only the problems with the machines, and we're going to show you the replacement of them.
Hold on. This audio will make a lot more sense if I do this.
Of the whole system. We have. Do we have Colonel Waldron right? Do we have Colonel Waldron on the screen? Is he standing by?
I'm standing by.
Okay. Why don't you bring him up on the screen? I'll introduce him.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Colonel.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good. I'm going to say who you are. I got, this is Colonel James Waldron. He's a USA retired, served in the United States Army for 30 years, and a decorated combat veteran. He also worked in the cyber field, and by just all the investigating, all the stuff you've seen now.
They're elected officials, and we are a republic. We are a republic. That means the country is governed by elected representatives and elected leaders. If we don't have elections, we don't have transparent elections, we don't have fair elections, or one.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. I'm glad we got past all that. This is the part that, that's an hour and 20 minutes. I'm not doing that today. Although now that they've cut it up in pieces, it's actually got it'd be a good time. Pause. Turn this up. This is speak up now, or we lose it all. This is the whole.
It's been a long week, and this is going to be a very important hour for me. It's in light of what you're seeing all over the news about what I feel. I have such mixed emotions. I reacted out of frustration. Anger. It came across.
This is where he was on some Christian network, and he shit all over the hosts.
Not how.
Also, I know some of you are like, we've seen this before. Haven't we seen this? He mentioned this. He said this almost exactly the same as he said it before. And ultimately, it was Brandon House who was there. Everybody's one. Like, seriously, hold on. Oh, quit it. I will say this is kind of aggravating. You can't hit play pause
to come across, and I have, and I want to get to this hour or whatever it takes to show you
Yeah.
the biggest obstacle we have to lose our country.
dear.
And
No.
this is Sean
Hey.
Smith. Sean's president of
Hi,
what
Sean.
we're telling you about a little later, the Cause of America, which we've been showing you the pieces all day. When we get done with this hour, then we're going to have more of the grassroots videos.
Hey, son, spit it the fuck out. I ain't got all day. I mean, you might look at me and think, this guy's got all day. I ain't got all day. I got a lot to do. I'm a busy fucker, all right? Believe it or not, I have a dentist appointment.
And tell you all about the Cause of America. We're going to take that all the way to midnight. And we're going to take calls later on from everybody. But
Wait a minute. You taking calls after midnight? Shit, do this, son. I'm on night shift tonight, and they got a long distance plan at the toll booth where I work. It's a lot of fun. I work at it. Most people don't know this. I moonlight at a toll booth on a road no one uses. It's good, because occasionally a car will come down there with one person in it. And then I tell them to take a side road, and then they roll back nearly out of gas, and then they go, "Can you help me? I'm lost." I go, "Yeah, I would glad. Hey, tell you what, let me hop in there with you, and I'll show you where there's a gas station." They have not found one of those people yet.
right now, you know, one of the things we've been talking about, what are the pieces we need to move forward? And we have the grassroots. We have the plan to replace the machines. We have a Supreme Court complaint.
Got everything.
We have
You got some. Hey, you got some of that outhouse wallpaper you're passing off as a Supreme Court case.
more evidence than we've ever needed of anything in history.
Yeah, basically, you could convict OJ with what's in that document right there. Unbelievable. Why don't you got to get a copy of that thing down to that Arbery thing. You probably get those files. You got more evidence of everything than anyone ever. You could put everyone in America in jail all the time.
But what we don't have right now is a big enough voice. I know.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You don't have a big enough voice. You don't have a big enough voice. I mean, think about it. You got your own network, 2 of them, that you can air shit 24 hours a day. You can show up on Steve Bannon's show all the goddamn time. You're on Getter and Parler and Telegram, and you're a millionaire, and you can't get heard. It's impossible. How do you do? It's like no man has been denied rights more than a man with his own plane and a giant studio in the back of his pillow factory. This is freedom. That's what's happening. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, I'm gonna hurt my cheeks smiling too much. His ficus.
Where we are with the media. When you just have the great war room here, your audience, Steve, and our audience of Frank's speech, there's not much out there that's but we've been growing, we've been getting bigger and bigger. But we now huger and huger. Like
Steve Bannon's war room has grown by like dozens over the last couple months. I mean, I don't know if you maybe you guys don't believe this, but it is absolutely true. Steve Bannon's show is the fastest growing, and Mike Pillow has, I mean, everything he's done. I mean, people love that stuff. They watch it again and again. People are just now starting their third watching of the 96 hours. That's honest to God. They are, seriously. This is the truth.
have the leverage to be able to go, hey, over there, I called out Salem Media and I said, you guys need to start reporting things. There was a gal, Sharona Bishop, as you know, where they bashed her door in by the FBI, pulled her daughter down the stairs by her hood and handcuffed her. I spent all the time there, and then they unhandcuffed her and walked away, didn't charge her with anything. This is going on in our country, and I said this.
Yeah, that happens, by the way. If the police come in there and they've got a search warrant, and you're like, I'm not going to let you in my room, And then they're going to go, no, we have a search warrant for the whole premises. Well, you can't go in my room. Well, we're going to have to take you down here and cuff you while we do the fucking search. And then when we're done, if you don't attack anyone, we'll uncuff you and go back about it. Like, who the fuck doesn't know this?
This morning, the bigwigs at Salem, and they said, well, we didn't know about it. Of course we would report it. Well, what's happening is they get their news from other news outlets. So if you don't hear, if they're blocking it at that level, that's horrible that they're blocking it. News outlets like Salem that wants to talk about it, but they can't because they're looking for someone else to report it first and validate it.
Oh, I see. So it's Salem can't report stories unless other people report stories, because that's how the right wing operates. They can't be the first person to tell about what the you heard it some fucking where.
The Sharona, Mike, the Salem guys are lying to you. The Sharona Bishop thing was everywhere. Everybody is focused on this at all. Anybody on the right knows the work you guys have done in Mesa County, the heroism you showed to support
the heroism. You're a goddamn hero, son. The way you stayed in Minnesota and bitched on your network, that's the kind of thing. Screw the guys at Iwo Jima. Battle of the Bulge my ass. Which actually is coming from Steve Bannon actually makes sense.
Star mother who's a hero, Tina Peters, and brought her to the Cyber Symposium. Everybody on the right, everybody that even would think about, I even say people in the center that would think about voting for Trump. People that even vote for him know about what's happening out in Colorado, so I'm not buying that. The thing is, they don't want to report it because it makes them uncomfortable. And that's why we need heroes, guys like
That's right. They don't report it because it makes them uncomfortable to report lies that are demonstrable that can get their license taken away. It's just cowardice.
you. You're the armor-piercing shell, and there are very few people like
Yeah, that's what I think of when I look at this guy. The armor-piercing shell. Fucking dude, you're not a pie in the face.
out there. They have the courage to do it. They have the courage of their convictions. A lot of people are looking for the easy way out. So that's I'm not buying it. And what you've done to support Tina Peters and that crew out there, because they're under assault. FBI's battering down their doors, intimidating their kids, all of it.
No, they aren't. They're absolutely not. And fuck you. They had a search warrant for Tina Peters' house, and they knocked, and they were let in.
It's horrible, but it's not even out there. Like, I learned something in the Supreme Court case we have. I learned three things. Do you know that just in 3 states, let's take Arizona. So here's Arizona. They have enough from that audit to pull down their electors. All they need is the Senate to go in and vote to pull them down. One Republican is obstructing that. Then you go to Wisconsin, Steve, and in Wisconsin, they've already got their press felony charge against the WEC, and right there they have a Republican that's went and said, let's pull down the electors. He only needs one other person to put it on the floor and pull it down. Then you go over to Pennsylvania. I want everyone to know this is really interesting. In here, in the Supreme Court case, and in Pennsylvania.
By the way, the idea that there's one knucklehead per state, and that's indicative of this asshole thinking he's going to pull down the election and reverse the electors and decertify an election where the president has already taken an oath, so that they can go back and have another election where I presume would be next year, and Nancy Pelosi will be president until such time.
Yeah, they have a law there that if you have more votes than voters, it's illegal to turn in your electors. What a law. Isn't that something, Steve? If you have more votes than voters.
So amazing. So amazing.
It's almost like they didn't. They didn't.
Tough to certify. Mike, we got to bounce, but we're going to have you got to be back on.
Mike, we'd love to keep talking to you about this whole thing. But by God, there's so much that you needed to sell us something real quick on your way out the door.
To break down the 96 hours to bite-sized chunks.
Yes,
Particularly, you've hit on something as you always do, a machine-free future, right?
Yes.
A machine-free future.
Yes. He's going to start the Luddite party. He and Andrew Yang are going to start a third party where the votes are counted by banging rocks together. Excuse me. I had a sneeze sneaking up on me, and I thought I could get it out before then.
Get back to paper. So the 96 hours was absolutely amazing. Have you gotten any rest at all, sir?
Well, we got.
By the way, says the guy who looks like he slept on his face last night.
I took everybody home last night all over the country, and I landed back in my home state of Minnesota at 8 o'clock this morning. We flew all night. We ended the marathon at 1:30 in the morning. We went a little over. That's up there, too. I actually led everybody in prayer. That was pretty cool.
We'll see you tomorrow, Mike. We got to get you back on.
Jesus. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Lead in prayer. Something about that. Anyways, bullshit. Bye.